Welcome back to Doki Doki. So it's time to write a poem.
What?
Instead of
Yeah.
Well, remember, we're in the literature club, so that's kind of
However,
what we
do not worry, because things are eased up. Instead, our ego will think up a bunch of words, and we have to, let's just say, pick the one that we feel more, feel more attached. And depending on the words, each word is connected to the personality of one of the girls, as you can imagine. Natsuki is more simple and for cute things. Yuri instead likes more complex words and words that are attached to maybe the horror genre.
Infinite.
Instead, is sort of a middle ground. As for Monica, just say that there are surprises tied to what you pick choosing for Monica, but more for later. Basically, unfortunately, you will never see what your ending poem will be at the end, because let's face it, it's a jumbled mess of words. It will be a bit too hard to generate randomly a poem with all those words unless it's something out of Mad Libs, and even then it will make a lot of sense.
If you like that episode,
not only this was made with the budget of a ham sandwich, but this was only released for free with no cost whatsoever.
if you like that,
Yes.
if you like that episode of Recess where Mikey, the skill poet of the group, gets employed by Menlo when his poems start becoming really crap.
If anything, reminds me instead of that, I think it was Canadian series, A Ghost Writer, I think it was called, where basically there's a bunch of teenage kids who ran into a ghost that communicates through them by tapping on a computer. So he's a ghost, he writes Ghost Writer, of course. Jesus fucking Canada.
Look at all those luscious words we can write with.
Vertigo.
Insight, nature, disaster, music, hair.
Mind you, the nature of a word, don't be scared by the nature of a word. Even a word that you feel may be, inappropriate for a poem, like something, say,
Today's-
hopeless. Maybe
Judgment.
you can make it work, so...
I'm sure you can make a poem about a lollipop.
It's like,
Oh,
is this something,
well,
is this something
someone
you'd
can actually
see?
make an entire game around that, maybe.
This is
True.
something you'd
Just maybe throwing a
Actually-
chainsaw.
Yeah.
Actually, this is something you get in a Sesame Street game. I actually played one when I was way younger called Let's Make a Word.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh
Well,
yeah, I
yeah.
remember that game.
You may have
This is a
noticed
spelling
that
game, I think.
soundtrack-wise, the game has basically a single leitmotif, which, however, get remixed in a gajillion ways, similar, say, to the one of Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. However, in this case, each remix represents one of the girls. Well, in this case, for example, it represents you writing the poem, but it will become more apparent later. Each theme, remixed theme, represents the personality of one of the girls. So when it comes to Natsuki, it will be more playful and with simple instruments. With Yuri, it will be more elegant. With Sayori, it will be more heartwarming, and so on.
Hey kids, can you all say words starting with the letter V?
Vagina? Oh no, wait.
Please, this is a kids' game!
Veracity.
Is it?
Well, look at it. Everything's cutesy and happy and everything. And hey, it's made by the same guy who did mods for Super Smash Bros. Brawl. So yeah, it's gotta be kid
Again,
friendly.
I was gonna say vulgar, but yeah.
Again, interesting career choice. You really pass from trying to implement Nintendo characters in a fighting party game to visual novel.
Hey,
of course, that's logical.
well, Tio,
It's a logical step up to you.
Well, Tio, it's gone full circle because now there are people making mods for certain Doki Doki Literature characters in Smash
Anyway, time for
Bros.
the result. Oh, time for Monica.
Hi again, handsome Tio.
Where did you come from?
Tio, did you do this deliberately just to
Glad
fulfill
to
your
see
fancy?
you didn't run
I'm
away
sorry.
on us.
I apologize, Lips. I just state how the facts are. I'm clearly that handsome. No, don't worry. This would be a little strange for me, but at least keep my word.
Oh, that is wonderful to
Well,
know.
I'm back at the literature club.
It sucks being here surrounded by all these
You're
cute
here
girls.
forever.
I wanted us to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, SCWRM.
Oh, she cares.
I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you.
Again, it's such a struggle being surrounded by cute girls!
Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
See, she understands.
Oh, come on! Lucky deserves any slack!
Yeah, it's not just that. Yuri, exactly that. It was Sayori who forced us into this.
Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Oh. Natsuki finds herself stuck between, say, Monica and manga.
Manga
is literature!
Not touching that argument. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Oh. Don't worry, guys. What's wrong? Theo always gives it his best long as he's having fun.
I'm sure there's plenty of Doshini's to have fun with.
I was having fun until you showed up.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Ooh. He helps me with busy work without me even asking.
Go
Like
on, Shuri.
cooking and cleaning my room.
Pedro?
Oh, sorry, how dependable.
So, Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once.
What?
Whoa! How clumsy are you?
That's so...
How do you remember to breathe?
I gotta hear
She's
the
just
story
that,
of that.
She's just that dumb. You two are really good friends, aren't you? No.
Again, are we gonna gloss over the whole nearly setting your house on fire bit?
I might be a little jealous. No, you don't have to be.
Java, it's the whole dirty derp, she's not good at cooking.
How come? You and Tio can become good friends too.
Oh, good. In that case, you can go away, right? Sorry, go ahead. Go away.
Japan has this weird idea that people that are not good at cooking will somehow set their houses on fire or something. There's kind of a difference between making a bad dish and setting accidentally your house on fire.
You have to be a special kind of shit.
As usual,
to do
Sayori
that,
seems
like-
oblivious to the weird situation.
Oh, Yuri even bought you something today, you know?
Oh, a gift!
Oh, how lovely. What did you get?
Wait, Sayori.
Me?
Yeah, hair bad. Seriously, how do you not trip over that hair?
Not really.
Don't be shy.
What is
I
it?
wish you were shy.
But then she'd be a Genki girl.
What is it?
It's really nothing. Never mind.
Oh, I see that hidden look with the stare. Your eyes are disappearing.
Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not.
When she's nervous, her eyes just protrude into her skull. I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
That's exactly the problem, Sayori. You never think. That's exactly the problem.
Saw that one coming.
I guess that means it's just to rescue the situation. Oh, hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It make me happy no matter what.
Oh boy.
Is that so?
You've fallen into her trap.
Yeah, it won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Well, I don't get the feeling this is going to backfire at some point.
Yeah, Dwibs. What do you
Alright.
think? It's practically a dating sim. It always backfires when you make a
yeah.
promise like that to a
Yuri
girl.
reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
She then hits you with it.
I didn't want you to feel left out,
Aww.
so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy.
It's the entirety of Moby Dick. Have fun spending a month reading it.
It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read.
Well, Jova, if it's a short read, it was more like The Old Man in the Sea. I think.
Oh, you got me the bad beginning of series of fortunate events. Thank you.
Discuss it if you want it. Here, it's the Iro Historia.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute?
Let's see. She's
Accidentally?
She even picked out a book she thinks it I like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew.
the 12 Tasks of Asterix.
Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
It's a shame that the books, like, because we hear about multiple books throughout, and it's a
scheduled
shame.
activity time with Monica.
But that doesn't
It's a
seem
shame.
to be the case.
It's a shame they're not actually real, because a couple of them are actually quite interesting concept-wise.
Yeah.
Yuri's face is already buried in a book.
Take
I would
a-
like to
Not
read
his
them.
intense expression, like she was waiting for the chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet.
She's a hoarder, isn't she?
Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I sat down to the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this?
Good
I
question.
guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me,
Nah, why did you come to Literature Club for
but I'm
anyway?
feeling a little too tired to read.
Oh, then why'd you bring it up then?
Could probably fall asleep right now. Close my eyes and up listening to Sayori's conversation with Monica.
Let's see how this goes then.
We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though.
Well, that's because you're in it.
Dang,
Jesus.
Pedro, no chill.
Oh, God.
Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual.
So you're saying everyone around you is
It's okay. That's okay. All we need to do is make this awesome presentation in the school thingy and talk about the wonders of reading or some shit.
Something that speaks to their creative minds.
Yeah, exactly. What she said.
We will make our club.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit! No! Don't.
Don't pout.
That doesn't solve the problem, though.
How do you know? At least that we are having an idea. I don't see you coming up with any more brilliant ideas, do you dumb bitch?
Hang on, we did come into this mid-conversation. She might have something.
Actually, he's
What do
just
you mean?
eavesdropping.
Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever.
Wouldn't that be a
We're just
recipe for
talking to each
success?
Sure.
Nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event.
All right, Miss Genius. So what do you propose we do then?
Maybe
So
he's
it's more
getting to
important
it.
to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know?
Sure. Okay.
But isn't the idea fun that?
And after they come, we can do the things to speak to their creative minds.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. It's about okay. How about this? Anybody?
So
we'll
you're
put it-
taking this really seriously.
I know what we can do. We'll put that everybody who comes into the thing can have some punch and pie. There you go. That should make people show up.
You're close,
Untrue.
actually.
In that case, do you think food will do the trick?
See, there you go.
What kind?
Any
Also-
kind.
For another idea, would you consider fan fiction literature? Monica?
No.
We'll discuss that later when we've gotten at least 1 million members.
Cupcakes!
Yeah.
I love cupcakes.
Okay.
Good thinking. Speaking of fan fiction, Natsuki would love to do
Oh,
that.
God.
You bet I would, baby.
Ah, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes.
Damn right.
I could say something, but I won't.
That works out perfectly.
She didn't say milkshakes. They said cupcakes, Pedro.
Also,
I know
they
what you're talking
didn't-
about, Joba. I said nothing.
They didn't ask, like, they're just saying, yeah, we'll get her to do
Speak
this.
to
They're not
your
asking
boss.
her They're not like asking her if she'd mind. It's like, yeah, we'll get Natsuki to do it.
Creative Tommy.
You're not Winnie the Pooh. Stop
This
it.
is Teletubbies.
Well, sorry, Dave. Wasn't in the Teletubbies the vacuum cleaner, the one who was eating constantly?
Yeah, I guess. Although they're always eating Tubby Toast.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, of course. It's always about how you're feeling, isn't it?
Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself.
I found myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self.
Oh shit,
But we
Vincent
realized the
Theo is
unexpected
thinking.
reason I admire her.
Oh.
Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all.
Maybe that's
Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things.
Who is she? Harui
Yes,
Suzumiya?
I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through their eyes. Oh,
Don't say
Ah!
oh.
You asked for it!
Get away!
Open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision.
I got my very own David Cage close up.
I nearly fall out of my chair.
Sorry.
Your eyes, they're deep.
My personal space is very precious to me, I'll have you know.
Wait.
My personal space, sorry.
Actually, I'm not sorry at all.
Feeling
Well, you
quirky
should
today,
be.
aren't we?
That's because you're rude and you're completely inconsiderate about me.
To be fair,
It's
she's
your
a
fault
point.
for sleeping like
Yeah,
that.
I wasn't supposed to sleep. So.
Dude,
Fuck you.
well, to be fair, you don't
But
come
she
to
has a
Literature Club to
point.
sleep.
I sleep however the fuck I want.
This isn't the napping club.
I didn't...
She has a point.
Screw you girls. I'm going home.
Is this an anime version of Julia Roberts?
You're staying up late again, aren't you?
I don't see curly hair, leaves.
Me. Sure. Say me over and over in a very cocky tone.
Me.
Gainax already did a short video about that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Well, it's a long story, but...
You'll need to get used to it.
Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard.
It's true, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aw, Pedro's having a pantomime.
Alexis skill.
you're always looking out for me, Sayori.
Yes, what made you think that?
Yeah, I get the distinct impression that Sayori's not your favorite.
Sayori is
It's
worst
what I do
girl
best.
grade 19.
Exactly.
That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better when you look out for yourself.
That's actually a good point. You need to
You're
look out
still
more
always
for
living
yourself.
every day, aren't you?
And yet somehow you're still alive for the worst. Like I. Oh, is she gonna die? Great.
No,
Awesome.
I was just
That's not
reading the
very
dialogue.
convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up in time?
I was just over exaggerating the dialogue. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's
That's a good question.
That's the face of someone who's completely mind
secret.
is not
I
functioning.
knew it.
come on.
No.
No.
Please.
No.
At least give me the benefit of the doubt.
I repeat,
No,
you
give
nearly
Give me
set
this,
your
give me
house
that,
on
give me this,
fire.
give me that. I'm always the one doing the giving, and I never get anything back.
Look, Sayori, it's written all over you.
Huh?
It's actually Natsuki. She actually painted all with a crayon.
How's it written all over me?
Well, so there was this
Metaphors,
hentai.
girl.
Well, so there was this hentai about this while they were also writing stuff while screwing the girl.
You're
that-
Sorry.
writing about that.
I rub my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a
because-
brush for this.
Because she's so incredibly incompetent that she can't do it herself.
My hair is just really hard to get right.
Well, that's
I'm
the thing
not
about
seeing any
anime
particular
here.
difficulty in her hair.
Is there anything about you that is easy to get right?
I won't fall
her
for that.
expressions?
There's more than just your hair. Look, Your bow isn't straight either.
Eh?
You're a complete fashion train wreck.
And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right there. I tried to
Pedro, most of our outfit is a school uniform, so that's a given, okay?
But nobody would ever notice that.
Well, I did.
Shut up, young miss. Now go into your room and change. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because we don't want to embarrass you.
You're embarrassing.
That's actually true
don't
with a
care
lot of
about
people.
that.
Yay!
Hey, you meanie.
I
Yeah,
mean
that's right,
it
I'm a
because I care.
I'm
I'm
such a
pouting.
meanie. Yeah, I'm such a meanie, so obviously you want to break up with me, not be my friend anymore, so go away,
And you
right?
don't even keep your blazer button up. Seriously, Sayori.
Not
Why do
really.
you think you don't have a boyfriend yet?
Ahem.
Oh!
I can think of multiple reasons why.
Eh?
Because she's a pain in the ass, that's why.
That's super mean. And it is
Aw.
super mean.
Sorry, will you thank me later?
Yeah.
I start to button her blazer from the bottom.
Uh,
Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. And here we go. Basically, let me sum up quickly because the dialogue is exactly what you can imagine. Depending on the choice that you pick with the words that you choose for the poem, you will get a scene depicting our character interacting with one of the girls. Doing so, will put our character in a situation and advance the shipping route with said girl. The situation are more like bait and switch in a sense that they tease you to thinking, oh look at that, he's gonna kiss her or doing something like that, but not really. Like I said, considering how the tongue-in-cheek tone is also reflected in the fact that as a dating sim doesn't go that extra mile. So like I said, you will not see any non-safe for work content here, but you can, if you played any visual novel with any minimal 18 plus content, this is clearly basically catering to that.
I mean, Lord knows the blush factors have been off the charts with this game.
I'm not.
Pedro, that's a good thing because you're not the player character. I guess.
Hey, be careful.
Who knew
For
buttoning a
example,
blazer was this
remember also
tough?
those couple of skits with the close-ups that were present, for example, also in Fairy Pants Rap. They were also reference to this kind of situation. Thankfully, in this case, we don't really get a scene. Yes, does this thing even fit you properly?
I wonder.
It doesn't, does it?
It did when I bought it.
Oh god, this is one of those trap questions.
And how long ago was that?
Protagonist Kun, don't say anything about her weight. If you ever bother it, would have noticed soon that it doesn't fit you anymore.
Tread carefully!
What are you smiling about?
I mean, my boobs got bigger again.
Oh, thank God she took that
Good
way.
to know.
Hey,
I
look,
guess.
it's better she takes it that way and not the did you gain weight way.
Don't say that out loud. There are kids in the audience.
Then what the hell are they doing here, and where the fuck are their parents?
Well, yeah, what the fuck are your parents? Anyway, you look much better now, so... What does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that?
But it's so stuffy.
Maybe now she'll die of asphyxiation.
They're not that big, Pedro.
It's not worth it at all.
Oh well. Back to the
So
I
Sayori's
hated
quo.
the jumpers they used to make us wear in
This
school.
entire
They
skit
were
was
awful.
pointless because she unbuttons her blouse again.
Whew.
Translation, we didn't want to have another set of sprites for her like that because, you know...
That's so much better.
God damn it, Sayori. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around.
How much you want to bet she purposely keeps that blazer just to make herself feel bigger?
Is there an ending where she dies?
Well,
So
Pedro, only way to find out.
Yeah, we're not gonna spoil anything.
What
So
kind
if I
of logic is that?
Yeah, that's actually a good point. In what reality?
You're trying to understand the woman's mind. That's
and why are you
impossible.
saying that's like it's a good thing?
As a woman, I can confirm that, yeah, just don't bother.
Yeah.
Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this.
Well, maybe you should get a boyfriend so you'll bother him instead of me. How about that?
It's a good thing she doesn't have like a older brother, because then.
Oh boy.
Well, the the protagonist kind of did this willingly. You know, she didn't ask him.
Remember childhood friends and shit.
So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned.
That's the only reason whatsoever.
Stop saying all these embarrassing things!
Hey, it's just a blazer. It's not like she said she was gonna unbutton her shirt.
Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing.
Jeez.
I know.
But anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier.
What a great adventure we've had today.
Only if you focus on going to bed earlier.
Yes, of course. Why exactly do I have to do that?
Well,
Because it's healthy.
To be fair, the protagonist was the one who was
Fine,
oversleeping.
fine. Jeez.
Go to bed on time
It's
and
a
eat your
deal.
vegetables.
I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves.
So this means that if I stop hanging out with you, you'll kill yourself because of your complete ineptity.
Well,
Okay,
if
fine.
if it's a mutual thing, that will happen to me too. So yeah, I guess so.
Not worth it.
So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning.
No,
Wait a minute.
you're doing it again, Sayori.
Why don't you? This chick is such a fucking slut.
Wait.
No, that's the wrong word.
It's not like she's trying to get into his pants or anything.
Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Oh, jeez, Sally Monica.
Oh, hi, Monica.
Okay, everyone.
Are
Enough
you
shipping over
eavesdropping?
here.
Huh? Monica suddenly calls out.
I think it's supposed that she's supposed to be she right at the door and she's calling us out.
Why don't we
That's
share
what-
our poems?
Yay! Theo, I can't wait to read yours.
What poem? What poem? Weather, destroy.
It's artistic, dude. Shut up.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
abstract
same.
and artsy.
I felt so enthusiastic.
It's edgy.
But Sayori still
You just-
trots away to retrieve her poem.
You just don't appreciate creative writing.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah.
Did you do your homework, even though this is a club and not a class?
I can't
Wait,
believe
my
I agreed to do
relaxation
something.
ends? No, this
I can't
will.
believe I agreed to something so stupid. I
Yeah,
couldn't
I
really
think-
find so much inspiration since I'd really done this before.
Theo, I think you got it backward. This is where your relaxation begins, not when it ends. Because the bitch is out of the screen right now.
Well, now that everyone's
that's-
ready, why don't
that's-
you come read?
You jinxed it, baby.
Go away!
I can't wait!
Sayori, aka Pedro's most favorite video game character ever.
Sayori and Monica
Uh,
enthusiastically pull out their poem.
Dibs, give me your teapot so I can spill it all over her head.
Sayori's on
But I
a
don't
brief
have a-
sheet of loose
but I don't
leaf
have a
over
teapot.
file notebook. On the
You're-
other hand,
what
Monica
kind of
brought in a
brat are
composition
you?
notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit.
Only the best.
The two can Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself.
Just look at his.
And we will read the poems officially in the next part, because otherwise it will be way too long of a part. So, see you then. Hopefully we will manage to make it so that Pedro doesn't strangle Sayori in the meantime.
Yeah.
See ya.
See
See you
ya.
later.
Yeah.
Pedro, remember the tagline that was under the video? I put it for a reason.
Doki Doki, not everything is okie dokie.
No, the description.
What's in the description?
Ravioli,
didn't you read it?
ravioli, do
Well,
not.
no,
I actually haven't read them.
I want to get through
You
the
put this
TP.
you put this here after we did the first part, didn't you?
Actually, no, because I had to show these to Shir to check if the
Text was okay.
The text was okay, and she noticed those. So
Ravioli, do not bully the Sayori.
I'll bully her because she's bullying me from my perspective.
Dang.
That's me.
All right then.
But two wrongs don't make a right, dear Pedro.
True that.
Don't worry, Deb. She's a fictional character, so it's okay.
Not your wife.
No.
Not not my wife.
Yuri seems to be Pedro's waifu out of the bunch. Or was that Monica? I forget.
Well, I haven't had enough exposure to these girls before I make my final decision.
There's plenty of time to know all of them, really.
Well, I imagine. I'm just saying that obviously it's not Sayori, but when it comes to the other three, I still have to spend more time with them to make a final decision.
True.